Hello, so here's how you make a number. I'm clicking on my font. I need a number 2. Click OK.
What are you doing?
Making a video which you're talking through. Thank you, sweetums. Hold on. Say hi to my husband. So I'm just enlarging it, and you don't want to just use this 2. So if I take it off the satin stitch, click on this and move it to the zigzag, which I'm going to turn to pink because you can't see any of the points on this. And sorry, I'm using my husband's computer and the mouse, so I can't click very well. And I want sew and attributes because I want my line to be thicker. The standard is 0.08, which I don't like. I put it on 16, and then this is 145 instead of 114, and that thickens it up. So now if you zoom in on it, you can see, oopsie, that's a little zoomed. That's not a word, whatever. Do you see how liney it is? It's like zigzaggedy. I don't know. You can tell it's choppy, I guess you would call it. It's not a clean, nice stitch. So what you want to do is you want to put this back on a line stitch just so you can use it as an outline. So then I'm going to click on this. I wanted a closed path. I do not want it the same color. We're going to choose red just because it's easier to see, and I don't want it filled. So I'm going to zoom in a little more on it. Zoom. And then I want this guy and this one. This is my Curvy Tool. I'm going to start over here because at some point I might want this open to be able to put a crown or something on it, and I'm just clicking. And I'm staying close to the line. Oopsie, that wasn't close enough. Close to the line, but not exactly on it, which is fine because we didn't like exactly how the lines were made. And there's no exact set amount of how often to click. Like this is a big stretch point, so I'm just going to make it bigger. And you want to stay to where it's reasonably curved. And I am really bad with the mouse, so this isn't going to be that great. And I'm not staying exactly on it, but I don't want it to be exactly the same anyway. I just want to use it as a general shape for something. And then I'm up here, and then when I get close to it, not on it but close, I'm going to double click. Oopsie. Oopsie. That was brilliant. Alright, well now I'll show you how to edit those. Go to the bigger. Do you see I overlapped it? Whoopsie. Again, sorry, I'm terrible with the mouse. Okay, so that little guy lets me edit points. So I'm going to click on this one and just delete it. Where's his delete key? That's not, oh. People that have a computer, oh my goodness, instead of a Mac. Okay, so I deleted those, and then I'm going to put another one just to make it a little bit more roundy and just scooch it out a little bit. And then I'm going to change my attributes on the zigzag. 16, 145, enter, and close. And you can see now that it's all nicely, evenly rounded. So now I want to click on this guy. And what this is it tells you where it's starting and stopping. So right now it's starting and stopping in the same place. I want to move this back just some stitches. So right now what it's going to do is you can see the red little dotted line. There's a dot, there's a dot, there's a dot. Wow, I can't hit those with my mouse. My life depended on it. Huh. So what it's going to do is it's going to start right here. And we can move it over here if we like. Oh, it doesn't really matter what it does. It makes it go all the way around. Sometimes it makes it only go a few stitches, sometimes all the way around. I don't know how it decides. But it's going to sew a straight line, and then it's going to zigzag, and it'll end here. And what it does is it tacks down if you have any loose threads when it first starts. Sometimes the machine doesn't knot all the way. And so if you straight stitch it first a little while, I usually want to do at least 4 or 5 stitches of a straight stitch, and then it starts a satin, and a text message, sorry, then it lets you make sure that if it didn't knot, then it seals the thread back in. So now you want to change it to an applique wizard. So first thing I'm going to do is, this was my original one that I was using as a base to draw my line on. I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to delete it. Oh, where'd that delete key go? There it is. And then I'm going to click on this one because this is the one that we want. I'm going to hit Control V, Control, wait, that wasn't it. No, I'm going to hit Control C and Control V. So it copied it and pasted it right exactly on top of it. And then I'm going to go to Sewing Applique Wizard. I'm going to click no on that because it puts an extra stitch on it that we don't really need. And then OK. What that did is it turned that two number into a 3-step process of the outline, tack down, and satin stitch. Now you can see the satin stitch from the default settings is really thin and it's spaced out. It doesn't turn out clean. So we don't even want that. So right now this is our stitching order. We have the satin stitch that we like. It's going to the very end because we want it to do that last. This is your outline. You can expand these little boxes because it combines light colors. So you expand the little boxes. Here's your color thread. We're going to make ours red. So it's telling you to put red fabric down. There's the outline. There's the tack down. This is the default satin stitch that we don't want. And then our satin stitch. So we're going to click just on the satin stitch that we don't want. Click OK and delete it. And it took it off. So now if you go back to your sewing order, you have the outline, tack down, satin stitch. That's exactly what you want, and it's done. You can save it. Now, if you want to add something over here, you click on the edit points. Thank you, phone. Open path. So now your 2 is open right there. So if you zoom in, if you put a big object, you insert another object, balloon or whatever that you want to put in it, you can add more points, so it's going to end right there. So I can delete this one, back up, so that I don't have the satin stitch, so you don't have that lump when you merge the other design on top of it. Hope this helps.